bells jingle all the way.
Hello guys, welcome to Watching Time. Today we're going to do a very special, let's say, end of year edition. I wanted to discuss with you about the new launches, the new watches that we had in 2020, and review what I think are the probably, to my opinion, the 10 best new launches that I could afford, obviously, to buy in 2020. Each of them has a characteristic that is different. Each of them has something that makes you tick, something that makes you happy. So I wanted to share with you these new watches that were launched in this very, very particular year. 2020, it's arriving to an end. Most of us can't wait for it to end and to be close. I think it has been a year in which the world was shocked and hit hard from the front with something that some of us expected could happen someday. Some others didn't even dream there will ever come a day that they will see this type of pandemic situations to actually happen in the world. I think it has changed us dramatically. From now on, everything will be known as a new era. Obviously, we will survive, most of us, not all of us, but as a population, we will survive this pandemic. And we will learn, hopefully, from our mistakes. And we will come anew with many things and that we were doing in the past that have changed. I'm talking about the way we communicate, the way we socialize, even the way we are wearing our watches nowadays. I have found myself personally enjoying more my watches, but more to myself rather than to the others, because most of the time you are in home. And they have give you good company in some cases. It has permitted us also to explore new aspects of our inner self, and what we're going to see in the future is it's a new normal, a new way of socializing, as I was saying, and a new way of communicating. Social media, it's already very strong, I think sometimes too much strong. Worldwide, some of the things that we were doing in the past in a way or the other had to be changed, and we need to find a new equilibrium. So when I was saying some people could have expected this, I am probably one of those that could have expected and could have also told you guys what was going to happen month by month, and what is going still to happen, because I have the knowledge to do that. And to understand better what a disease is and what an infection means. So let's go back to watches and let's discuss a little bit of what were these new launches that were. So, at least from my point of view, important. They gave me something to dream of, something different, and in some cases it was something expected, in some other cases it wasn't. So, very quickly, let's see what I have here on the table. So I'm going to start with the big brands, so that we take that totally off the table. We know them already, we know them very well, so I will go very quickly. Here we have the Oyster Perpetual. It's the new 2021 launch, 2020 launch, sorry, I'm already in the next year. Very special. I think Rolex has done an excellent job going a couple of millimeters more, up to 41 millimeters in size. My wrist, that it's an 18 and a half, more or less, centimeters. This 40-41, it's the perfect size for my wrist. And this is not a matter of fashion of what is more popular. I have always tend to wear those type of watches. Now everyone is going to be, maybe in a couple of years, we will be reducing the measurement of sizes of watches, but I still will be wearing 40-41. That's my perfect size. So I'm really happy that Rolex managed to pull this off. I really love the lume of these watches because they look so elegant, so classic, but at the same time, when it becomes dark, you realize they are also a technical watch. The movement obviously is the same one that's wearing my Submariner. Also, this is the 2020 editions, and in both of them, I think Rolex did an excellent job. If you want to see these watches in a more in-depth, let's say, please see my other videos. There is one specific for each. And here I think they did just a jackpot and bingo. I really hope Rolex start delivering more and making this available more to normal clients, not to, you know, clients that are on lists or clients that are big Rolex buyers. I would really like to start seeing Rolex more and more accessible to people that are saving their money, that might not be able to buy it, and that they really want to have these holy grails in their collection, especially the Submariner, and for them to be able to get it. So anyway, I'm going to take these two out of the picture a little bit and to speak about the others, because obviously some other brands didn't step behind. Rolex did small changes and tweaks to the Submariner. They launched a new size of Oyster Perpetual with very interesting colors, so we can say they launched something different. Let's see their smaller brother, Tudor. So Tudor launched the blue Black Bay 58. Very nice color. I think it works perfectly. It's a good size. For me, it's a little bit too small, but that's okay. I can manage this. But I really like the color and how it presents itself. The real innovation that I see on Tudor, because this is expected. Everyone would have expected a blue Black Bay. So at the same time, it's playing safe. And I would have expected something different. Maybe in the future, seeing colors that are more aggressive, like red or salmon. Even if this champagne kind of effect that the silver has with the gold, it's a little bit kind of salmonish, but I would really expect them to be a little bit more audacious in terms of colors. But what Tudor did definitely right this year was launching the Royale. I think the Royale was a spot on, something different, something cheaper, also because of the movement, which is Celita base, that it's more accessible to the masses, but at the same time, it has all the quality that Tudor brings to the table. Nice, very nice strap, very nice mechanism for closure. I really like it. I think it works well. Some people don't like it. Some people say, oh, it looks a lot like some date or... I think, yes, it looks a lot about many things, other watches, but at the same time, I think it has its own personality. So there's another video if you want to see about it and learn more about it, please look at it. So this is what I think Tudor did right. They definitely did right. So we have 4 among the Rolex and the Tudor. Let's see what else we have. So I have a Longines, definitely the one that Longines did many launches in 2020. I am more kind of a sport diver type in watches. As you can see, most of them are divers. And definitely I will marry the new Hydro Conquest green color, but particularly this one, the boutique edition. Why? Because it has a beautiful vertically brushed ceramic dial. It has a very interesting mechanism with anti-magnetism. The very nice color of the ceramic, both the bezel as the dial. I think it's a really spot on, very nice Longines launch, and maybe one of my top choices for 2020. What else we have? We have Oris. So the Oris Aquis, particularly at the end of the year, they launched the new Oris Aquis, Oris actually, automatic movement. Definitely a lot of things to talk about it. There was even some mistakes that have been spotted, particularly on the date change and the seconds hand going backwards when you are trying to close the crown. But apart from that, I think Oris has always done an excellent job on presenting new colors, on presenting new variations, limited editions, collaborations, but I have really got the mark with a model of Diver, the Aquis, that is different from others. It has its own personality. Yes, they were very commercial Celita movements inside until the new one is going to be placed on all of them, the new in-house. But I think I will definitely choose among the 2020 launches the Carisford. The Carisford that I have, I think it's really peculiar, very beautiful dial with a GMT hand, that it's not lume. I don't know why they didn't lume the GMT hand, probably because they don't want you to know the hour when you are diving in New York, when you are in Aruba. But the bezel, it's very well performed, and it's a bicolor bezel, so you have black and a very dark blue at the bottom. And I think the mixture, also using the touches of oranges, have done an excellent job to remind you of what Aquis is, the value that Oris brings also for money, because the price range are obviously lower than other brands. And I think this is an excellent edition from Oris. Let's go. We have already done 5. Let's see what I have here on Belle Rose. So Belle Rose, it's a difficult to wear brand, particularly if you have a smaller wrist, but it's very characteristic. I think it's one of those brands that has its own identity. They should not be going, I really like them to keep the pilot square type. This is what they do best. When I see normal round watches from Belle Rose, I say, yeah, you know, they look like something else. Keep your identity, work on your identity, because that's what's going to differentiate you. When I buy a Belle Rose, I want to see this on my wrist. And among the Belle Rose, I have another model, the more classic BRO3, but I really like the diving style. Why? Because it makes it even smaller on your wrist, the effect that the bezel has on it. And the dial being smaller compared to it, it actually makes it look smaller. And in this particular edition with the bronze case and the blue, beautiful, I really think it's quite beautiful. The bronze case a little bit kind of mimeticize itself in your wrist, making it less of a square case, but still it's there. And it gives you a nice touch of color that makes it more elegant. You also have the rubber strap if you want to go diving, or you have the leather shoes. So excellent choice from Belle Rose. I think they really got it here. It's not too sporty, and you can actually manage this in almost every occasion. Let's go to one of my favorite brands. You know, guys, that I have a lot of Zodiacs, and I have also a new entry, so I can say I will be doing a new video to update the new entry on the collection, so that makes a full box of Zodiacs, which I'm really happy. All of them are kind of different in terms of the straps, the colors, and my favorite, and probably one of my favorite of all the Zodiacs, I think it goes a little bit there with the watermelon, it's this avocado green edition. I really love the touch of the green color, the inner bezel with this mint kind of green, the dial having this effect gradient from clear for a lighter green to a darker green. The choices of straps coming with 2 NATO, 1 leather, 1 rubber, and this very nice Grimaldi special edition Tropic, because it was done for Grimaldi in Milan. So definitely one of my favorite launches in 2020, and this Zodiac Super Seawolf, one of my favorite Zodiacs of all. So let's go to another brand that I discovered this year. They have been working now for a couple of years to relaunch a brand that really has a history in diving, which is Oleg & Weiss. I have been in contact also with them. Very, very nice watch. I really love the colors of the ocean graph in this case, the bracelet being excellent perform, at least on the quality of it and how it stands on your wrist, the colors that they have used, the blue, the orange, 1000 meters diving watch, excellent, in a reduced size, it's not too big. I really love it. So all I can advise, I'm waiting to what you're going to do in 2021. And here I have a new entry. I have not done any reviews yet on the channel. I was very curious about this brand, and among the micro brands that I have seen in 2020, this is my choice. Of the many watches and the many brands that have come out in 2020, it's the ECA. So the E. Anderson watches that are produced in Sweden, in Gothenburg. I think they have really done a very good job. I was really curious about their watches, the first ones that they launched. In this case, they were launching Kickstarter at the start, and then on their website for a special price. So here we have the Denise. The Denise is very well performed. I was really surprised about the quality of it, the straps and the quality of the straps, the overall build of the watch. The case, it's quite particular. It looks a little bit chunky, but at the same time, I was surprised that it were really, really small. So here you have it compared to a 41 millimeters, and in your wrist, it's actually this watch is perfect for a smaller wrist. On my wrist, which is 18.5, it looks small. So I think they really managed to do a very nice work. The steel used is sandblasted, and it has a very nice feel in your hand, and definitely I really like the color, very matte that it brings. So this is a very nice discovery of 2020 that I wanted to show to you. And just to close the video, this is, I know it's been long, but I wanted to show you a little bit of everything. What I'm wearing in my wrist, I'm going to do a video as soon as I can. More detail, this is the newest launch of Unimatic. As you know, Unimatic is a Milanese brand. It has a heart of a Seiko, an H35, nothing big there, but it has a lot of Italian design and quality to it. And I'm really happy to the job this micro brand is doing, because at least this one, the prices are within the normal sphere. It's not a limited edition. It's not one of the watches that are done in collaborations. It's the new U4 Quattro, they call it. And what it has is that it's a full stainless steel watch with a fixed stainless steel bezel. So it has a very nice military vibe to it, and it comes in a NATO green strap. I have swapped it with one of their stainless steel bracelet. I wanted to have this full stainless steel industrial kind of look, and it really, really works very well. Lume is excellent, nice visibility. I am really liking this brand, and I think some people will say we want to pay less for an NH35, but then again, guys, you are paying 200 euros probably for a Calvin Klein that it's a piece of, and nobody's saying anything, and you are happy with your quartz. So this is kind of in the middle. It's kind of fashion, it's kind of utilitarian. It has a very nice design to it, and the quality is very, very high in terms of the aesthetics and the watch, and it can improve definitely in terms of the mechanism, and I really wish that they start using Swiss movements. So let's see what's going to happen in the future. Anyway, guys, 20 minutes. I don't want to go much longer, sorry for that. I just want to wish you, and take this time to wish you, a very, very deserved and happy Christmas and a New Year's Eve. We are going to be all at home. It's also a different kind of Christmas and a different kind of New Year's Eve. I know, and I'm sure 2021 will bring many beautiful things to all of us. So hang in there, and please take your time to relax during this period, to be with your family, which is the most important thing, and to have fun and enjoy what we have in life. So See you probably, guys, in 2021. Let's see, maybe I dropped something else before. So until then, bye bye.